Los Angeles. We welcome in our senior insider, Shams Charania. Tell us about Bradley Beal and the Clippers.
George, Bradley Beal, as I take my AirPods here off a phone call, Bradley Beal has sustained a fractured hip, and he will undergo season-ending surgery, sources tell me. So Bradley Beal, his season is over. He suffered the injury over the weekend in Saturday's home loss against the Phoenix Suns, his old team. And Brad Beal's representative, Mark Bartelstein of Priority Sports, tells ESPN today, we met with numerous doctors and specialists around the country in collaboration with the entire Clippers medical staff over the last few days and came to the decision unanimously that the surgery will allow Brad to have a full and complete recovery. So Bradley Beal will undergo season-ending hip surgery. Of course, a brutal blow for the Clippers, off to a tough start this season. They made the trade to go get John Collins, and that came with Brad Beal as well after they moved Norman Powell to the Miami Heat in the offseason.
Yeah, brutal news there, Shams. Stand by for 1 second. We want to react to that real quick. Perk, your thoughts?
Well, Nico just got fired for Dallas having a 3-8 record. It's time for Lawrence Frank to do the same. Like, I feel sorry for Bradley Beal, but over the past 3 years, history has shown us that something has been bothering him. And so you replace a guy that was averaging 24 points for you, knocking at the door of being an all-star, Norman Powell, to go get a Bradley Beal that showed and proved you nothing over the last 3 years with Phoenix. And look at what Norman Powell is doing. Dallas was been monitoring Luka and the Lakers. I know you see what Norman Powell is averaging 25 points over his last 5 or 6 games.
Killing it.
How many chances do Lawrence Frank is going to get? Like, seriously, they have done absolutely nothing since he's taken over this organization.
Perk, we have more news out of L.A. Shams is back with us now. So, Shams, what else do you have regarding the Lakers?
So LeBron James was assigned to the Lakers' NBA G League affiliate, South Bay, and he went through his first practice of this NBA season, and most critically, his first 5-on-5 action of the season as he works toward a debut from sciatica on the right side. Sources told me this afternoon that LeBron James looked great, felt great as he went through that practice. He moved well, and he didn't show signs of any issues as he's worked through this nerve issue on his right side. My understanding right now is that LeBron James is motivated and eager to get back out on the court, potentially here mid to late this month. As the Lakers move forward here, evaluating him day by day, it's going to be about how he feels tonight, how he feels tomorrow, responding to the intensity of his first 5-on-5, his first few practices. I would expect him to get more under his belt before he makes his debut, of course. But this now starts the process of LeBron James making a return and debut for his historic 23rd NBA season.
Shams, thank you so much as always, man. Appreciate it. All right, Wendy, let's start with you. Your thoughts on the news that we got.
So I was at the Clippers game on Monday. They were very concerned about Bradley Beal's situation. I think they probably knew by then that it was very serious. The Clippers are 3-8 because they are a bottom 5 defensive team when they were a top 3 defensive team last year. That is the big difference. But I will tell you, Perk, that going through that building, the sense of loss of Norm Powell is felt everywhere. And that decision had multiple layers. Also was a contractual decision, especially the fact that Norm is killing in Miami. And for the Heat, for the Lakers, LeBron is going to go through a very methodical process here, but obviously when the Lakers come back from this road trip, you want to look to get him into practice with the Lakers, go through that step, and then I think you could see him out there shortly after that.
Janae?
40-year-old LeBron James is in the best probably scenario that he's been since he won a championship in 2016. He has 2 guys that he can rely on in Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves. He's always had a 30% usage rate. He's never gone below 28%. This is a year where they can actually protect him offensively because he has guys that he can trust to really generate. So I do believe that LeBron taking his time has actually been the best case scenario for this Lakers squad, who is trending upward. Luka's top 2 an MVP candidate. Austin Reeves has shown he's more than capable to be a distributor, and he's got DeAndre Ayton locked in. This is a great situation for the Los Angeles Lakers overall.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about that. We'll see King James back soon, and for Bradley Beal, a speedy recovery from that hip injury that shot
against the Suns in an arena that has been rocking with chants of fire Nico ever since Harrison traded Luka Doncic to the Lakers in February. It will be interesting to see the scene tonight as we say howdy to Tim McMahon and Chiney Ogwumike. Tim, I want to start with you. You're in Dallas. What is the reaction surrounding the team and their fans now that Nico Harrison is no longer with the organization?
Howdy, ladies. Look, I'm not going to say there's a sense of joy. Luka Doncic is not coming back to Dallas, so the fans aren't getting what they want in that regard, but they got what they wanted with the firing of Nico Harrison. There is a sense of relief, and I'm not saying players wanted Nico fired, but there's also a sense of relief in that locker room that the angst towards him, just the fact that he was the focal point of the fans' negative energy is not going to be hanging over this franchise like a black cloud. These players felt like they had a home court disadvantage, that their own fans were rooting for them to lose because they wanted to get rid of Nico Harrison so badly. They could walk in this arena tonight, their home arena, take a deep breath and not be breathing in toxic air.
Hey, it sounds like they're already cheering. So, Chiney, now that Nico's shadow is no longer looming over this franchise, how does the team move forward from here?
This move, honestly, firing Nico Harrison is moving you one step closer to the scariest action that you can do in the NBA. It's reaching your hand out and pressing that reset button. And I do think that they're closer to that because if you look at the small sample size so far, they have the lowest points per game, the Dallas Mavericks, in the NBA. They're second worst record-wise in the West. AD has only played the first 5 games, question marks for when he comes back. Kyrie is out. This is a squad that their bright spot is honestly the guy that they can build around, the young guy, the 18-year-old Cooper Flagg, who's averaged 15, 7, and 3, albeit up and down to start the year. He's coming off of his best performance. I do think that they extend their hand. This was the first step to maybe, bam, hitting that reset button.
Yeah, 26 points in that game against the Bucks that you mentioned, Chiney. Tim, you are going to leave us. Chiney, you stay right there because we are going to stay in the Western Conference and talk a little bit of road woes for the weary Warriors. This is a tongue twister, obviously. Their 4-1 start is long gone after they lost their 6th straight road game. This one, a blowout in OKC. The Stars tell the story. SGA had his 84th straight 20-point game with 28 points and 11 assists. Steph Curry, 11 points and 0 assists. Draymond Green and Jimmy Butler spoke about the Warriors' struggles.
I think everybody was committed to winning and doing that any way possible. And right now, it doesn't feel that way. I think everyone has a personal agenda in this league, but you have to make those personal agenda work in the team confines. And if it doesn't work, then you kind of got to get rid of your agenda. Or eventually the agenda is the cause of someone getting rid of you.
He's, partly correct. We just got to get back to doing whatever it takes to win. Everybody might have to sacrifice something. I can't tell you what that sacrifice might be for every individual.
Okay, Chiney, so Draymond and Jimmy are obviously revealing that the vibes are certainly not golden for the Warriors. What is the most glaring issue that you're seeing from them?
This is textbook Draymond Green calling out his team basically to put a battery in their back to motivate them in a time that they really need to be on point. I mean, they ran into a buzzsaw, the Oklahoma City Thunder, the team that has been the most dominant to start the season. But their 2 issues are, one, it's turnovers. They typically are like a high turnover team, but right now their young players are turning over the ball, and I do think that frustrates the veterans. And secondly, I don't know why the producers did that to you. Road wars. What was it?
It was weary Warriors. I don't know, a bunch of W's. That's all I know.
But they need to be the road Warriors because they have lost their last 6 road games. And I think going into a stand where you are going on the road for 5 more, Draymond knows we have to be on point because this is a team we saw back in 2022 that struggled on the road. They don't want to relive history. So, yeah, road war. What was it? Woes for the weary Warriors.
Weary Warriors.
That's not cool. That's not cool.
That was beautiful. Thank you for holding me down, Chiney. You'll be back later in the show. So the Warriors' 6-game skid could get worse on their current road trip. They start back tonight with back-to-back matchups against the Spurs and then visit Zion Williamson. And